Once chores are completed for every counselor, as we have done, there are no more quests to be handed out except for the ones that Master Arion, our patron, will give us. As such, it is now time to permanently head to Telvas and get our quests from Arion. The first quest Arion gives is to recruit Baladas Demnavani. However, we have already done that. So today we're taking on Arion's second quest. Speaking to our patron and asking about chores, he will say, I heard that the blight has infested the Mudan-Mul Egg Mine. Inquiring about the egg mine further, he will say, This mine is due west of my tower here in Telvas, just a few minutes from here. There's also a shortcut if you go through the dungeon. The Kwama Queen there has a blight disease. If you wish, I can teach you a spell of cure blight that you can cast on the Queen. This triggers the House Telvanni Quest, Mudan-Mul Egg Mine. First, if you don't know a cure blight on other spell, you'll need to learn it. Otherwise, you can purchase or craft one elsewhere, but this one is free, so why wouldn't you? Second, the shortcut through the dungeon, that's a lie. It ain't no shortcut, but we'll save that for later. Anyways, we need to learn the spell, so we asked to be taught. It's apparently a rather complicated spell, but after a few minutes of explaining theory and then doing some practical work, we will learn the principle. Arion also suggests that we can buy scrolls of Cure Blight from the Hetman in Nisus, but again, that costs money. Now, when Arion said the egg mine was due west of the tower, he wasn't joking. It's literally just west of Telvas. You could practically draw a straight line to it. And it's not that far. Walking there is very short and fast. In fact, you can see the egg mine from the tower. That structure off to the left is the entrance to the dungeon, which you can technically take, but, well, again, we'll save that for later. Along the way, there are a couple of critters what need killing, but soon enough, we reach the entrance to Mudan-Mul. Now, my restoration skill isn't great, so I only have about a 25% chance to successfully cast the spell, but it should work. Anyway, let's head inside. Everything will be hostile here. We come across a forager, which are normally hostile anyways, and soon after we run into another one. But soon after, one of the workers decides to attack us. Not sure if this is the blight just causing these creatures to be particularly ornery, but we need to be careful. The Amulet of Admonition comes in handy here, as paralyzing the worker and then burning it to death seems to be a good strategy. However, after seeing two workers together, I decide it's probably best to let my Dremora handle the rest of the dirty work. Anyways, thankfully there are no Kwama warriors in this particular nest. And after a while, we finally reach the plump queen that we need to heal. It's a simple enough task to heal the queen, and despite a couple of miscasts, we do eventually cure the queen of her blight. Hopefully, the new batch of eggs that hatches will now be clean and clear of any blight. And now we can head back to Arion, but you know what? Why don't we take this alleged shortcut through the dungeon? What could go wrong? Surely there are no nasty critters down there. Entering through the door, there is a seemingly endless spiral staircase, which eventually leads to a dugout portion of the dungeon. Here there is a rat and a scamp. Annoying. Further up we see a fire Atronak in the distance. Ooh, hopefully we don't need to go that way. But more immediately, there is a rat and 2 shulks. We poison them to death, and then we can head into this door to the jail. Here again, we find rats and shulk, and we can't get out unless we fly up. Finally reaching the safety of the jail, we can head up and out, and we emerge just outside of Arion's door. Considering that you would have to find the jail, and then the dungeon, then fight through the monsters, I think it's just easier to walk a few yards west and get to the mine over the surface, but whatever suits your fancy. We can now report our success to Arion, who is pleased and offers to teach us some magical lessons. This book, though somewhat simplistic, has a good lesson on the school of alteration, he says, and he gives us the book, Breathing Water. Reading the book increases your alteration skill by 1. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the full and complete story of the House Telvanni Quest, Mudan-Mul Egg Mine. If you want to increase your Morrowind lore knowledge by 1, why not subscribe to the channel? And don't forget to give this video a like. Interaction with the video is as helpful to the channel as a Cure Blight spell is to a Kwama Queen. As always, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Lore and Loot, and I'll see you next time.